Receives the Bronze Star for valor. T1G Training Facilities, 2009. 5 years later, Steve Reichert is back behind the M82A3, the weapon he used to take out insurgents from a mile away.
It's a mini explosion going off about 4 feet in front of your face. A large overpressure, a lot of noise. It's not a pleasant gun to shoot all day long. 30 or 40 rounds and you want to quit. It's still a great weapon system. In April of 2004, my weapon system, the M82A3, was loaded with magazines full of the Mark II 11 Raufoss round, and the business end of these rounds are what the bad guys were experiencing.
Same weapon, same round, same sniper. Reichert will fire the 50 caliber Raufoss rounds into a 9-inch thick cinder block wall. The same type of wall insurgents hid behind when he made his 1-mile kill shot.
Once this round impacts the target, the RDX will detonate, kind of create a mini shape charge. So if there's any flammable liquids, gas, anything of that nature, it immediately detonates or catches fire. Going hot.
The 671 grain round hits the wall at 2,850 feet per second. An incendiary mix in the nose of the bullet ignites explosives in its core, launching a tungsten steel penetrator through the concrete.
So what we have here is a solid-filled concrete wall. You can see where the initial blast and explosion took effect. You can actually see where the steel penetrator worked all the way through, good 9 inches of solid concrete, and popped out the other end.
To simulate the insurgents hiding behind the wall, Reichert adds a block of ballistic gelatin, the same consistency as human tissue.
Double hearing protection. the overpressure on this weapon system is quite significant, so I'm already deaf in one ear from an IED, don't need the other ear gone. Firing!
The Raufoss round blasts through the wall and into the ballistic gelatin.
This should be interesting. Never done an actual test like this before. We've never actually seen it in slow motion. Obviously, the Mark II 11 round penetrated that first block, no problem. The explosion started to happen on the first panel of the block. Blew out the second panel of the block, and then the gelatin block itself caught a majority of the fragmentation. The wound cavity is massive. And then the majority of the jacket, the actual tungsten steel penetrator, actually penetrated out the back end, no surprise there, and then punched through this concrete block and then continued on. If there were a person back here, they would be in many pieces right now.
Ballistics expert Fernando Coelho analyzes the damage.
The blade is going about 3 inches now, and it's already in the cavity.
Coelho worked with numerous government agencies for 20 years.
There's actual cement material throughout the wound path. This is just devastating. You could have had 3 people back to back, and this round would have most likely gone through all 3.
1 mile, 1 brick wall, 3 insurgents. Gone.
I just knew I had 14 guys on the deck down there, and they were receiving fire. The distance didn't really click till, that night. Even at that distance with that round, as long as your rounds find their mark, you can definitely change the dynamics on the battlefield. Good for us, bad for them.
High in the mountains of Afghanistan, a Canadian sniper will eclipse Reichert's 1-mile kill shot, taking out a Taliban fighter 1.5 miles away.
I don't know if they just thought that today was their lucky day, but it wasn't.